1 p.m. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The Prime Minister has directed to expedite work on projects being executed under the umbrella of the Pakistan Housing Programme in Islamabad. At the United Nations, Pakistan has reaffirmed its dedication to the Palestinian cause by announcing a fresh commitment of financial support to the UN agency that assists the Palestinian refugees. 3 terrorists were killed by the security forces when they attempted to target police lines in Loralai this morning. The Saudi Air Defense Forces have intercepted and downed a drone launched by the Houthi rebels towards a residential area in Khamis Mashhad city. In the ICC Cricket World Cup 2019, Pakistan will take on New Zealand at Birmingham today. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan has directed to expedite work on projects being executed under the umbrella of the Pakistan Housing Programme in Islamabad. He was chairing a meeting of the Pakistan Housing Programme in Islamabad today. The Prime Minister directed the Capital Development Authority to make the plantation drive more effective. He said special emphasis should be given to the protection of green areas and forests. The meeting reviewed the progress on the projects of Pakistan Housing Programme. The Special Assistant on Information and Broadcasting, Firdaus Ashik Awan, has said the government faces no threat from the opposition. In a tweet today on the All Parties Conference of the Opposition, she said the outcome of the ploy of Maulana Fazlur Rahman will not be different than that of his election adventure. The National Assembly, in its session at the Parliament House in Islamabad, is holding discussion on the charged expenditures included in demands for grants and appropriations for the next financial year. Charged expenditures totaling over 43.47 trillion rupees relate to different departments and services, including civil works, Pakistan Railways, National Assembly, the Senate, and domestic and foreign debt servicing. At the United Nations, Pakistan has reaffirmed its dedication to the Palestinian cause by announcing a fresh commitment of financial support to the United Nations agency that assists the Palestinian refugees. The announcement was made by Pakistan's ambassador to the United Nations, Dr. Maliha Lodi, at the 2019 pledging conference for the cash-strapped United Nations agency at New York. Speaking on the occasion, the envoy said the international community must not fail the Palestinian people. Earlier, opening the pledging conference, the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres urged all the donors to maintain their support for the United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestine. 3 terrorists were killed by the security forces when they attempted to target police lines in Loralai this morning. According to ISPR, one suicide bomber was killed by the police guard at the entry point, while the other 2 managed to get inside the police lines. FC and police immediately reached the site and cordoned off the area. In exchange of fire, one suicide bomber exploded himself and the other was killed by the security forces. Police head constable Ala Nawaz embraced martyrdom and 2 other constables got injured in the exchange of fire. Police lines compound has been cleared by the security forces. In occupied Kashmir, the Indian troops in their fresh act of state terrorism martyred 1 Kashmiri youth in Pulwama district today. The troops martyred the youth during a violent cordon and search operation at Branpatri Kahlil in Taral area of the district. The Saudi Air Defense Forces have intercepted and downed a drone launched by the Houthi rebels towards populated residential area of civilians in Khamis Mashhad city. Arab Coalition spokesman Colonel Turki al-Maliki said the Houthi terrorist criminal tool deliberately targets civilians and civilian installations, that none of the targets have been achieved. The Iranian President Hassan Rouhani has dismissed the new American sanctions on Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei as outrageous. In a speech broadcast live on Iranian state television, he said sanctions against Khamenei would fail because he has no assets abroad. The Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Ryabkov has said Moscow will respond in kind to any steps NATO takes over Russia's decision to suspend a 1987 nuclear missile treaty. Earlier, NATO had urged Russia to destroy its new missile system before an August deadline and save a treaty that keeps land-based nuclear warheads out of Europe. And finally, cricket in the ICC Cricket World Cup 2019. Pakistan will take on New Zealand at Birmingham today. The match will start at 1430 hours Pakistan Standard Time. FM 101 channel of Radio Pakistan will broadcast live updates on the match. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link, facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.